say so, and I'm back. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you always hit that like button. Let's get right to it. And watch the full video, man.
Most street dudes who join gangs are usually born into the environment and just trying to survive, which is what makes the story of Cameron Terrel so crazy. He was born into a millionaire family and drove a brand new Benz in high school, but he decided to link up with one of the wildest gangs in South Central and ended up catching a murder charge. If you want to talk about gangbanging in America, you gotta start with South Central. Stanley Tukey Williams and Raymond Lee Washington linked up back in 1969 to combine their crews and start the Crips. And by 1978, there was already 45 sets in Los Angeles. The Crips ran the streets and were putting pressure on everyone. There was other gangs like the West Side Power Rules, Black Peace Stones, and others, but none of them were as deep as the Crips back then. They had taken over all of South Central and no one could touch them. But that all changed after two brutal murders. In March 1972, 20 Crips beat a dude named Robert Ballou Jr. to death over a leather jacket. Then a couple months later, the Crips killed an op named Frederick Garrett. The back-to-back murders made everyone realize something had to change, and that's when a bunch of local crews linked up to form the Bloods. South Central became one of the most dangerous places in America. People were getting shot, beaten, and stabbed all the time. But just 30 minutes away is one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in California. Palos Verdes is a neighborhood right on the coast that's full of million-dollar mansions and exotic cars, and that's where Cameron Terrel grew up. His dad is the president of a media company, and his mom was an interior designer working with other millionaire clients. They took family vacations all over the world, hung out with other rich people, and were basically living the dream. But
What kids like him don't be understanding is that this people that grow up in the hood, live in the hood, live in poverty, are trying to make it out, or trying to get to the lifestyle that you're living, or trying to be able to put their kids in a nice, good school, have their kids driving in a Benz, going to high school. Bro, I didn't get a car until I was 26. First car, I bought it with my taxes. It was a Chevy Impala, bro. First car, come on. And you driving this in high school, brand new Mercedes. Not a Toyota, not a Honda, not an Impala, none of that. A Mercedes. Come on, bro. That's what rich kids don't be understanding, bro. It's like you got it good. It still be the same way, even if they don't take this route. They just be overly privileged. Look at Lil Tay. Kid, 15 years old. Mind she probably doing that just because she know it's gonna go viral on the internet. But her antics are real. Them are what most rich kids be doing. You got all this money handed to you. You didn't work for nothing. You don't even know what it feels like to grind for something. To have a day where you don't know what you're finna eat. To go to your mom's room, she in there crying because she can't pay the bill this month. The lights finna be turned off. Food ain't finna. You're not about to eat tonight. Or if you do, it's gonna be some leftovers. Somebody else cooked, or just a little portion of something. They don't know that.
even though he had it all, Cameron wasn't happy with his home life and started running away as a kid. Cameron ended up chilling in South Central and making a friend there. He'd stay with them anytime he left home, and even referred to his friend's mother as Mom. Nobody understood why a rich white kid driving a Benz was coming to South Central to chill, but what happened next was even more shocking. Cameron's homie got put on with the rolling 90s neighborhood Crips, and Cameron ended up repping them too. He was the son of millionaires who could have been doing anything, but Cameron decided to hop in the trenches and allegedly got active right from the jump. He started rocking blue bandanas, throwing up Crip signs, and even got a Washington.
I hope y'all niggas got some racks out. I hope y'all got some bread up out of him, bruh. I swear, I hope y'all got some racks from him, bruh, before anything. Not just because he's white, it's just because, like, bro, you know what type of background he come from. He's only chilling in the hood because he wanted this is what he's influenced by. He wanna see this is tight. This is tight. This is tight. No, the people that you hang with, guarantee, if they can choose differently, they would have chose differently.
Nationals logo tattooed on his chest.
Crazy, bro.
The logo is affiliated with the Rolling 90s because Western Ave is one of the main roads in their hood. In September 2017, Cameron even showed up in the music video for a collab track between a bunch of neighborhood Crips called NH Anthem. Cameron rocking with the Rolling 90s turned a lot of heads in South Central, but nobody on the outside was paying attention. Then, just a month after the NH Anthem video dropped, he got caught up in a murder case that made headlines everywhere. On October 1st, 2017, Cameron and two of his homies slid through A-Tray Crip territory. The Rolling 90s and A-Tray's hoods are right next to each other, and they've been at war for decades. It all started back in 1979 when a Rolling 60 Crip started beefing with an A-Tray gangster over a girl. It's not clear exactly how everything went down, but it sparked a war that's still going on today. The Rolling 90s fall under the same umbrella as the Rolling 60s, so the A-Trays became some of their biggest ops too. Justin Holmes was a 21-year-old college student with no gang affiliations. He had a day off from work on October 1st, and he was walking to a homie's house with his friends that morning. Cameron was driving his dad's Benz on the 7800 block of Southwestern Avenue, and that's when the other two dudes hopped out and pressed Holmes. His homies ran away, and Cameron's homies asked Holmes where he was from. Holmes told them he didn't gangbang, and that's when one of them pulled a burner and killed him broad day. They ran straight back to the whip, and Cameron sped off from the scene. Cameron's Benz was caught on video next to where the shooting went down, and it didn't take long for the cops to catch him and the two other dudes. They were all booked on murder charges, but Cameron is the only one who was given bail. The judge set the bond at $5 million, but his family's pockets are so deep that they was able to get him out in less than a week. The case was already making headlines everywhere, but when Cameron bonded out and went back to his school in Palos Verdes, the situation got even crazier. While his homies were kept behind bars, Cameron was let out and went back to his normal life like nothing happened. He was even spotted at a World Series game at Dodger Stadium right after Holmes was murdered. Eventually, his school made him finish studying off campus after a group of parents wrote to the school board and said that Cameron was a clear and present danger to other students. A lot of people said Cameron was getting off easy because he was white and came from a rich family, while his two friends were both black kids from South Central who were kept in jail. When the trial started, a lot of people thought Cameron would go.
And then was your friends, right? Then was your friends. Why you have your dad or your dad's lawyer, whoever, defend him too? If you got acquitted, if you got bail, they would have all got the same thing, because y'all came would have ran together. But no, your case was separate, and theirs was fighting together, and yours was a whole nother case. That's sad, bro. I already hate that, bro. I really hate that. I really be hating that with that. Like, as black people, like, we don't be having access to great lawyers, people who want to defend us, because they know that we caught it either we didn't do it or you just caught in a bad situation that you need a second chance for. Because that's what he got.
Down for sure. He pleaded not guilty, but he even admitted that he was the getaway driver. Obviously, Cameron's parents cashed out big racks to get him the best lawyer they could, and during the trial, he argued that Cameron had no idea his homies were going to shoot Holmes. Cameron's legal team said he would have never taken his dad's whip if he knew they was going to kill someone, and his lawyer claimed that Cameron was terrified when he heard gunshots and didn't have any other option but to help the dudes get away. The prosecutor.
Y'all was in the ops hood. Come on, bro. This wasn't your first day at training. you been sliding with them. You been hanging out. They told you who the ops was. They told you where the ops live, or what ops hood is. So you knew where you was going. You knew you was not in. You wasn't in your hood, or you wasn't in their hood. Your friend's hood. You knew that's where y'all wasn't at. What? You admit to being the getaway driver. If that was been us, that's it. Accessory to murder. Whether you knew what your friends was going to do or not. If you go with your friends to go do anything, if somebody loses their life, you're all going. What?
Clapped back and said Cameron knew they was sliding in op territory for a reason, and that he was trying to get more clout in the Rolling 90s by getting deeper in the streets. They showed the jury photos of Cameron throwing up gang signs and wearing blue. Plus, there was a video he allegedly took where another Crip kicked over the candles at Justin Holmes' memorial. They also brought up Cameron's Washington Nationals logo on his chest, which was the clearest sign he repped the rolling 90s. But his lawyer said he only got the tattoo because Kevin Durant has one like it and he's Cameron's favorite player. Everyone was watching how the trial played out, and the jury had to deliberate for 10 days before they made a decision. And when they finally announced the verdict, the case blew up even more in the news. Cameron was found not guilty and dodged all the charges. After the trial, Cameron told everyone that he didn't have to explain himself to anyone because he knows what really happened that day. But most people say his whole story is cap. Nobody forced Cameron to start chilling with the rolling 90s Crips. According to some reports, he was always into gang life and read books about it before he ever went to South Central, and locals there say he was the one who had the power. A dad of one of his co-defendants said that Cameron was the only one who had options in life, so even if he wasn't the shooter, he was still responsible for what happened. Both of Cameron's co-defendants were minors when the shooting went down.
Look, they was minors. He probably was 18 or almost 18. You had the car, bruh. You had the car. Yeah, they probably had the tooties, but you had the car. You could be like, nah, it's my dad's car. This is my father's car, bro. Come on, dudes. We don't need to go do this. Let's go to Starbucks, get a coffee, and let's chill. But you didn't do that. You said, nah, cuz, we going. We finna go slide on the ops. That's what you said.
And a lot of people think he's the reason they were even there. He showed up driving a new Benz, wearing fresh clothes, and flexing his family's money, so it made sense that all the inner city kids would want to chill with him. It's not clear what happened to the kids who got booked with Cameron. Since they was both minors, the details were never released to the public. But rumors say Cameron flipped on them and told the cops everything. The rumors were never confirmed, but people everywhere say Cameron only beat the case because he was a rich kid from a good neighborhood. And a year later, he ended up getting arrested again. In 2019, the cops booked him for a carjacking that he was allegedly involved in a few months before Justin Holmes was killed. Cameron's lawyer said that the cops were only going after him because they couldn't make the murder case stick. It's not clear what happened with the carjacking case because Cameron was a minor when it allegedly went down, but it don't seem like he ever did any time for it. After he beat the murder case, Cameron wanted to go study law in Houston, but nobody really knows what he's doing now. Some think he's still repping the rolling 90s, but Cameron has stayed out of the spotlight for the last few years. There's posts online that claim he's still chilling in South Central and that the 90s still rock with him, but others say that he stayed out of the streets for good after the murder trial and now he's involved in a gang intervention program. Cameron Terrel could have just enjoyed his life as a rich kid in Palos Verdes without any kind of street drama, but instead he wanted to live a life he didn't belong to and someone else ended up paying the price for it. Even if he didn't know his homies were going to kill Justin Holmes that day, Cameron knew they were sliding in enemy territory and what could happen in a situation like that. It's a wild and tragic story all around, and what makes it even worse is how pointless all of it was. Growing up in the streets and getting wrapped up in them is one thing, but Cameron Terrel was never forced into the trenches, but he hopped in anyways because he wanted to. Rest in peace to Justin Holmes.
See, man, when y'all be bringing y'all little friends to the hood, whatever, make sure you tell them, like, bro, half the people here, a good hand majority of the people here don't want to be here, bro. If they had another choice, they would choose your life. So make sure this is what you really want. That's crazy though, bro. It really got me hated, bro. Like, bro, I be hating that as black people, bro. We don't be having no money, bro, to like really pay for them major lawyers to get us off them situations, bro. That'd be sad, man. That'd be sad. You notice to the kid that was lost in this video. Catch the next video.